fellow enthusiasts, this is Tommy Lanham, and I am on a mission to break the monotony of the mundane and the mediocre by bringing as much enthusiasm to as many businesses, marriages, ministries, and individual lives as I possibly can. Hey, if you want to better understand what energizes your spouse, your kids, your co-workers, your neighbors, and even you, then this video is for you.
Here we go.
Oftentimes there is a misunderstanding about the differences between introverts and extroverts. Oftentimes you hear this, well, introverts are shy, extroverts are outgoing. It's much deeper than that. A matter of fact, all introverts are not necessarily shy, and all extroverts are not necessarily outgoing. What it really comes down to is where they find their energy. Extroverts. Extroverts are energized by being active with other people. Matter of fact, when they are with other people, they tend to ooze that energy into the people that are around them. And so they like to be doing things, they like to be involved with other people, they like other people around because other people being around energizes extroverts. Doesn't mean that they never like being alone. It just means that that is where they find their energy. Also, introverts are more likely to act before they think because that's where their energy comes from. Their energy comes from going on and do it. Let's do this. Let's jump into this. Let's get this done. If they stop and think about it for too long, they tend to lose the energy. So extroverts, they're energized by being active and around other people. They tend to energize the people that are around them, and they are energized by acting before they think. Introverts. Introverts are energized by their ideas. Introverts are energized by being alone with their ideas. They can be around people. They can be active around people, but eventually it begins to drain them and they just got to get away. They got to get away and think. They got to get away from the people, from the activity, and they just need to be still. And that re-energizes them. Whereas the extrovert is energized by being around people, the introvert is energized by being away from people and just being alone. Doesn't mean they don't like being around people. It just means that that is not where they get their energy. Introverts are also energized by thinking before they act. Whereas extroverts, they like to act before they think, and sometimes that may get them in trouble. Introverts like to think before they act, and sometimes they spend so much time thinking they never act. So there's plus and minuses with both sides, okay? It's not that one is better than the other, they're just different. They're energized differently. And as I'm explaining this, you could probably take a reflective look at yourself and figure out, okay, this is what energizes me. I still like both. But what really energizes me is being around people. Well, you may be an extrovert. Or you may be looking at this and go, you know what really energizes me? I love being around people, but what really energizes me is just being alone with my own ideas. Then you may be an introvert. So extrovert and introvert has very little to do with outgoing and shyness. Might have a little bit to do that, but not a whole lot to do with that. What it really boils down to is where they find their energy. It's where they find their energy. Now, most of you listening to this are probably going, I think I'm both. Sometimes I'm energized by people, sometimes I just want to be by myself. And you may be like, well, sometimes I'm energized by being myself, but sometimes I just want to be with people. Listen, before you think you're unique in that, we all have both of those tendencies in us. We all need those times when we're active and we're with people and we're doing things and we just act before we think. We all have a tendency to do that from time to time. We all need those times alone where we get our ideas and think through things before we act. We all need that. But there is one of these that is more dominant in you than the other. Each one of us, that is true about. In me, I love being around people, but I'm energized by being alone with my ideas. Now that may not come across in these videos, but it's true. I am an introvert. I am energized by being alone with my ideas, and I think before I act, and sometimes I spend so much time thinking, I don't act. Now, does that mean I never jump in and act without thinking? Doesn't mean that at all. Sometimes I do that. But what is the most dominant tendency, the most dominant leaning in my life is I get energized by being alone with my ideas, and I tend to think before I act. You have a dominant leaning in your life. Both of these are true at different parts of your life, but there is one that is stronger than the other. And that helps you understand where you better get your energy, and it helps you to better understand other people and where they get their energy. The world needs both. The world needs you, whether you're an introvert or whether you're an extrovert. The world needs you. Sometimes the world needs people to stop thinking and just do it. Just take action. Just get involved, to be around people and to energize other people through that connection. We need that. The world needs that. But you know what else the world needs? The world needs people that are able to get away. The world needs people that are alone with their ideas and are able to dream up these crazy things that make the world a better place. The world needs people that think before they act. You see, the world needs both. The world needs you. Whether you're an introvert or whether you're an extrovert, the world needs you. Whatever energizes you helps the world. We need you. As an introvert, I need you extroverts. As an introvert, I also need you introverts out there, so I don't feel so all alone in this world. We all need each other, and we need each other to be exactly who we were created to be. Because when we are who we are supposed to be, who God created us to be, it gives us energy and it feeds our enthusiasm. Hey guys, please leave me a comment down below. I would love to know what resonates with you. So if you would write that in the comments below, I would greatly appreciate it. And if there's anything you'd like me to cover in the future, put that in the comments as well. Thank you.